Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone is well. So in this video I'm going to focus on the topic of fractions and how I approach to solving problems regarding fractions, and hopefully this helps the audience to solve problems regarding fractions. So stay tuned till the end of the video and let's dive straight in with the calculator intro. So if I go to the Save My Exams platform and go to the first topic, which is numbers and number system, and the subtopic fractions, if I open this in a new tab, I've already opened up in a new tab. So as you can see, the fractions, there are three categories: easy, medium and hard. I'm picking medium level problems. So first I would just want to briefly explain what is a fraction. So if I go to Google and just type fraction definition, the first keywords, 3 or 4 line words that come up is or sentences that come up is: in mathematics, fractions are defined as a parts of a whole. So fraction essentially means partial or part of a whole. So for example, it gives a real life example. For example, it can be an object or a group of objects. In real life, we can cut a piece of cake from the whole of it. So you can cut a piece of cake from whole of it, then the portion of the fraction, then that portion which you cut is a fraction of the cake. So fraction comes from the word fractus, which means broken. You can research more on the concept of fraction, the theoretical concept of fraction. We will focus on the practical or the mathematical part, of fraction. So I'll focus on problem 1. So it says show that the multiplication of these two numbers equals this number. So I just want to highlight one aspect. If I open a new page, let's say this is fraction, and if I use my pen tool, for example, this number, let's say this number 1 by 5. So this number is 1 by 5. So this number or these type of numbers where let's say x y by z, this type of representations where x y z are three numbers, this type of representation can be turned into a representation of let's say x multiplied by z plus y by z, to turn it into a original representation of a fraction. So for example, this number, if I multiply 5 with 1 and then add 1, so 5 multiplied by 1 plus 1, which is 6. 5 multiplied by 1 plus 1, 6 divided by 5. So if I want to represent a fraction in this form, I have to transfer from this form to this form, and we can do that by multiplying the denominator with the original number and then adding the numerator with it, and we get the upper part of the number, and the lower part is, or the denominator is the same. So 1 by 5 is represented as 6 by 5. And what is 2 1 by 3 represented as? So you can similarly do 2 1 by 3 is represented as what? Is represented as 2 multiplied by 3 plus 1, which is 7. 2 3 is 6 plus 1, 7 by 3. 2 4 by 5 is represented as 2 4 by 5 is represented as 2 multiplied by 5 plus 4, which is 14 by 5. So we got the expression 14 by 5 of 2 4 by 5. We got 7 by 3 from 2 1 by 3, and we got 6 by 5 for 1 1 by 5. So if we just substitute these numbers, so if I use that equation, this equation, 6 by 5 multiplied by 7 by 3, this, and what is the right hand side? The right hand side is 14 by 5. So do we get 14 by 5? So if I multiply 6 into 7, we get what? 42 by 5 multiplied by 3, which is 15. So if I, so 42 by 15, can we divide these numbers, both the numerator and denominator? So if I divide both 42 and 15 by 3, so what do we get? 3 into, can we divide 42 by 3? Yes, we can divide 42 by 3. We get 14. And can we divide 15 by 3? Yes, we get 5. So as you can see, this was the representation we get. So the left hand side and the right hand side are equal. So this is how you can solve this fractional equation with fractional numbers. Now if I focus on problem 1b, it says you have to show that 2 7 by 15 minus 1 2 by 3 equals 4 by 5. So if I use the same principles, and let's say 2, this number 2 7 by 15. So what is 2 7 by 15 represented as? Let's first turn this form into the original form of fractions. So 2 7 by 15 is what? 2 multiplied by 15, which is 30, plus 7, 37. So 37, and the denominator is the same, so it remains 15. So this is the original representation. What is the representation of 1 2 by 3? So the representation of 1 2 by 3 is what? Is 3 multiplied by 1 plus 2. So it is 5 by 3. And what is the representation of 4 by 5 is 4 by 5, right? 4 by 5 is in the original form. So if I multiply this number with this number, or the original form with the original form, we get what? So if I multiply 37, or not multiply, sorry, it says the question asks for subtraction. So if I subtract 37 by 15 from, or subtract 5 by 3 from 37 by 15, we get what? So 15 and 3, we can use the denominator, the bigger denominator, because 15 can be divided by 3 as well. So if I use 15, we get what? 37 minus 3 5s are 15. So if I divide 15 by 3, we get 5. So we'll take 5 multiplied by 5, which is 25. So we get what? 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. So we get what? 12 by 15. Or we can shorten it. If we divide both numerator and denominator by 3, we get 4 by 5. So this is what the right hand side was in the question. So as you can see, the left hand side is the right hand side. So this is how you can fractional equations that involve subtraction. So this is how you can solve these type of problems. So if I look at the medium category of and the problem number 2 of the concept of fractions, problem 2 has two parts, 2a and 2b. So let me first read 2a. It says that you have to show that this fractional number plus this fractional number is this number. So if I open this in new tab and use my pen tool, so what does the question say? 2 1 by 7, this number, this fractional number. So let's say this fractional number. So let's change this into the original form of the fractional number. So we'll do what? The numerator, the denominator is 7. So if I multiply the number, the whole number with the denominator of the fractional part, 7 multiplied by 2, and add the numerator plus 1, it is 15. So it's 15 by 7. And similarly, if I do 1 by 4, 1
and 1 by 4 is the fractional part. So if I similarly do the original original form transformation, we get what? 4 multiplied by 1 plus 1, which is 5 divided by 4. And we do the same process for 3 11 by 28. So for 3 11 by 28, we get what? We get 3 multiplied by 28 plus 11. So what is 3 multiplied by 28? It's 23 to 60 and it is 24, which is 84 plus 11, which is 95. So this is 95 by 28.
So this is a fractional equation having including plus or the addition. So if I now use the fraction, let's say the first one representation, the first fractional number representation of the original form is 15 by 7. So 15 by 7 and add or plus the 1 by 4 is represented as 5 by 4. So this should equal this addition should is supposed to equal 95 by 28. So let's see if it actually equals 95 by 28. So if I do take a common, so 7 and 4, so we can take 28 because 28 can be divided by both 7 and 4. So if you take 28, we have 28 divided by 7 is 4. So 4 multiplied by 15 is 60 plus 28 divided by 4 is 7. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. So we get 35. So we get what? 95 by 28. So this is the right hand side that we were expecting. So the left hand side and the right hand side match. So this is what you have to show in problem 2a. So in problem 2b, you have to show that 1 by 5 divided by 3 by 4 is 1 3 by 5. So now there is a equation, a fraction related equation with division involved. So if I go to my notepad and use my pen tool, so the first number here is 1 by 5. So what can 1 by 5 be represented?
In the original form, this fractional number 1 by 5. So this can be represented as the original fraction, which is 5 multiplied by 1 plus 1, which is 6 by 5. And if I go to the second number, which is 3 by 4, 3 by 4 is the same. It is already in the original fractional form and not in a mixed form like whole and fractional part. So, and what is the number 1 3 by 5? So in the right hand side I have 1 3 by 5. 1 3 by 5. That can be represented as, if I transform this, 5 multiplied 1 plus 3, which is 8 by 5. So
I look at the equation. This number divided by this number should equal 1 3 by 5. So the first number representation is 6 by 5. So 6 by 5 divided by this number, which is 3 by 4, should equal, this should result in 8 by 5. So let's see. So if I divide 6 by 5 by 3 by 4, so we can also write 6 by 5 multiplied by, because if I change from divide to multiply, we get 4 by 3. So now we can see that we have 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. So we can divide 6 by 3, we get 2. So what do we get? 8. 2 multiplied by 4, 8 by 5. Another way to do is to transform this into 6 by 5 divided by 3 by 4. So if we use this, we can now then transform 6 by 5 into 4 by 3. If we change it, use or take the number 3 by 4 and take it in the numerator position from the denominator position, this will turn into 4 by 3. Then we can multiply and cross. So this is how we can prove that the right hand side and the left hand side are equal. So now we'll focus on problem number 3 of the media category of the topic fractions. So if I read the question, it says you have to show that this number 3 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 3 by 5 equals 5 3 by 5. So if I open my notepad and use my pen tool, So it says what? The first number is 3 1 by 2.
Now 3 1 by 2. This is a mixed fractional representation which has a whole part and a fractional part. So this is one form of fractional representation that we need to transform into a full fractional form. So how can we transform full fractional form? By multiplying the denominator of the fractional part with the whole number and then adding the numerator. So if I multiply 3 with 2 which is 6 and add 1 which is 7 and then the denominator remains the same. So this is the original form, the full fractional form of 3 1 by 2 which is 7 by 2. So if I do the same with 1 3 by 5, so I do the same with 1 3 by 5 and quickly transform this into the original form, we get 5 multiplied by 1 plus 3 which is 8 by 5. And I do the same with the right hand side 5 3 by 5, this number. So if I do 5 3 by 5, let's say 5 3 by 5, this can be transformed into what? The original form would be 5 multiplied by 5 plus 3 which is 25 plus 3 which is 28 by 5.
Right. So now we have the original numbers. So now we have to just do the original form multiplication. So 3 1 by 2 is represented as 7 by 2. So 7 by 2 multiplied by 8 by 5, 8 by 5, this multiplication should equal 28 by 5. So let's see if that equals 28 by 5. So 7 by 2 multiplied by 8 by 5. If I cut 8 with 2, we get 4. Divide 8 by 2, we get 4. So 7 multiplied by 4 is 28 and the numerator is 5. So as we can see, we get 28 by 5. So left hand side and right hand side are equal. So this is what is required to show. I hope by now you already have an idea of how you can solve problems regarding the mathematical concept of fractions. So in the next video, I am going to focus on a few more problems regarding the concepts of fraction. So stay tuned for that video and thank you.